sleeping in, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't feel like cooking anything too crazy, so I get on the Googler and start looking for easy things to make, and turns out that espresso with ice cream is amazing. And there's this fancy drink called Affogato that I'm going to be making today. So in order to make this concoction, we're going to be using some vanilla ice cream, real ice cream, the stuff made with milk and ice and cream, some chocolate, and some coffee. I'm going to be making my coffee in a Mocha Pot. So to begin with, I'm going to be adding some cold water to my Mocha Pot. And I often find that if you just fill up the top portion and pour it into the bottom portion, you usually get pretty close to the amount of water you need. And the way you tell how much water you need is they either have a line marking the amount to fill it to, or it'll have the pressure release valve, in which case you just fill it up a little bit below the pressure release valve, and that's generally close enough. And as you can see, I spilled all over the place, but we're pretty close to that valve, so we're golden. And now to fill up the coffee portion of the Mocha Pot. So I set it down on a piece of paper towel, stick the stem inside the Mocha Pot, and then I proceed to fill it with some coffee grinds. Now I have espresso coffee grinds here, not exactly the best stuff to use for this. It's too fine, and if you get too much pressure in the vessel, the release valve will go off, and then that'll kind of screw over the rest of your coffee. So that's kind of unfortunate. But as a added benefit, when you do use espresso grinds, you get kind of a little bit more of a burnt flavor if it's pressed a little bit too much, but not enough that it blows off the valve, and that extra bitterness can actually go a long way to improving the affogato. So I'll just continue packing in a little bit of my coffee. I'm not packing it super hard, it probably looks more intense than what it actually is, but kind of filled, a little bit tamped down, but nothing too crazy. And now I'm just going to screw on the top. Now something I probably should have did first was to check the O-ring on the bottom of the Mocha Pot, because I actually had a little bit of leakage, and I think that's because it wasn't seated quite properly. If you have a little bit of grinds in between the two, it can be unfortunate. And now we'll kind of clean that up a little bit, and then we'll get our Mocha Pot on the stove top on top of the burner, just like so. Then we'll crank the temperature up to maximum. With this particular Mocha Pot, maximum temperature seems to work the best. It doesn't overheat and raise the pressure so high it blows the valve, so then we're golden. I have another Mocha Pot that's a little bit bigger than this one. Well, actually I think it's technically twice as big as this one. And you have to really feather the temperature, otherwise it will blow the valve, and once the valve blows you lose pressure, and then your coffee's kind of ruined. Still drinkable, just less than ideal. And in a few minutes our coffee will be ready. And now that our coffee is ready, we'll take it off the burner and move over to the countertop. Time to open up that ice cream. I'll see about making ice cream in another video, but for now we'll have to make do with this Haagen-Dazs. So I got my ice cream scoop here and my ice cream. Oh, that's what I need my cup. So now what I'm going to do is transfer 2 scoops of ice cream into my cup, like so. Try to get them as pretty as possible, because that will enhance the flavor of the end product. So now we get our coffee, and we dump it in the cup, aiming for about a shot or 2. This coffee is incredibly hot, which is exactly what we want, because then it kind of softens up the ice cream, and then we get this delicious mixture of cold, cool, sweet ice cream with extremely bitter coffee. And what better way to garnish it than some chocolate? This is just regular old dark chocolate, which seems to be fine, and I think I got more on the table than I did in the cup, but looks pretty either way, as you'll see in the pictures. This certainly was easy to make and incredibly delicious. I can't imagine eating vanilla ice cream on its own again when this is available, because this is just amazing. So let me know in the comments below if you've heard of this drink before, and if you've made it, and what your thoughts on it are. And if you like my content and would like to see more of it, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay awesome.